Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Darrell Brooks. I just want to say I'm sorry for not posting videos for a while. I had this health issue that I had to take care of. On that note, please, if you guys ever feel a discomfort in your chest, please go and figure that out. Like, don't be me. Be better. Try and make sure that you're good. Also, on that note, I don't always, and I hate bringing this up, but on the description of the channel, there's always a coffee link, which is if you guys like the content, if you guys feel like supporting the content, you can guys invite me a coffee, and I will really appreciate it. It's really difficult for me to ask for help, but I also spend a lot of time working on therapy to be able to say that I need help. If you guys can, I will really appreciate it. And I'm above everything else, I'm just glad that I'm back to making videos. But yeah, thank you guys. Let's get into the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's go for it.
Right. Mr. Brooks, when you're ready, please continue with your cross-exam.
Okay. I'm gonna give everybody time to settle back in for a few seconds.
Okay.
Everyone's back. Just do it. Like I don't understand why he needs to do this again. He's just stalling.
So, Miss, is it Runkel?
It is.
You stated earlier that when you were hanging out with Erica at the park that you were drinking, right?
I did.
And you also stated that you guys separated and you went to go hang out with someone else.
With Nick, yes.
With Nick. You did state that Nick wasn't drinking, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask.
He doesn't even know what's going on. Like they put the police report in front of his screen. He's just reading that. He's trying to make a question out of it, but it's just disgraceful.
Earlier, when I asked, I think you were asked by Attorney Whitchild if you heard any yelling or anything being yelled at Erica, or I'll forget how you phrased the question, but did you hear any yelling or anything directed towards you guys? And do you remember what you said?
I heard that you were yelling at Erica, telling her to get in the car, and that you were gonna kill her. That was you were gonna kill her was after the fact that you headed out, but that's probably not what you're asking. The fact of you were yelling at her, telling her to get in the car, was the time when you were around. Oh, I mean, sorry, Brooks was around.
Brooks or you? You said you, and then you said Brooks.
I really hate this that he makes her think that she's wrong by saying Brooks and by saying you. He's the same people. He's the same individual. Doesn't matter.
But you did state that you had never seen Brooks before November 21st of 2021. Would that be fair to say?
Right.
And you also did say that you had only heard of him through Erica, correct?
Right.
At any time, did you ever observe any phone conversations or interactions between Erica and Brooks?
Am I allowed to answer that?
He's just asking you whether you have, not the content of any of those.
I have.
would it be fair to say that you knew a lot of details about their relationship? Would that be fair to say?
I did.
What specifically did you know before November 21st, 2021?
Mr. Brooks, I'm sure you want to ask that question. Think about some of the pretrial rulings I've made.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay, good idea.
He keeps trying to bring up November 20th of 2021 for some strange reason.
I'm sorry, I'm new. So, in your statement that I'm looking at right here on the screen, it says, it is Runkle, right?
Yes.
I don't want to mispronounce your name.
You
It
already
says,
answered.
Runkle further stated that she heard Brooks telling Erica he was going to smash her face in and that he was going to kill her.
Yes.
Yes. Remember in the last episode he was saying that in the report there was never something about him saying that he was gonna kill Erica. He just read the report. And it's there.
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
Is that what you heard?
Yes.
Yes.
So you didn't hear what you just testified to hearing.
What? He just told you that.
No.
Or did you hear what I just read to you?
I heard that after you were leaving.
After
Not that what you just read. I heard that after you were leaving.
you do know that this is your statement that I'm reading from, right?
I do.
We've established that, and this is argumentative.
No, it's not her statement. This is someone paraphrasing what she said.
Sustained. Rephrase.
I'm trying to figure out which one did you hear.
Objection.
That's not a
Vague.
question.
Did you hear the I'm going to smash your face in, or did you hear what you previously said?
Well, I heard when you were sitting there arguing with her, I heard that.
Who is the you you're referring to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Brooks said that when he was arguing with Erica.
And you claim that it says right here, but through knowing Patterson, she did know that Brooks was Erica Patterson's boyfriend. Did she ever tell you that Brooks was her boyfriend?
She said I'm sorry. She said Brooks was her ex.
I'm a little confused by the statement and then the testimony, right?
But that doesn't matter. That's on you. You should have read the report before and know that she didn't write it. So what she's saying is probably what she told the officer. But the officer just wrote something different.
No.
Objection. That's not a question.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, you need to formulate a question for the witness.
Did you
okay?
ever hear, now this is coming from your statement, Runkle stated that after a short dispute between her, Kirby, I guess that would be referring to Nick.
Yes.
After a short dispute between her, Kirby, and Brooks, she saw Brooks get back into the red SUV and heard him saying something to the effect of, I don't swear, so F you, effing bees, you're dead.
You do swear. We're gonna see it later, but you do swear. A lot.
Did you at any time hear anything like that?
Yes.
So when you just testified, why did that part of your statement never come up? Why did you never say that?
Because it probably wasn't brought up at that time, but it's in my memory.
So what all exactly did you hear?
I heard what you
Hold
were
on,
saying.
You heard you say at this time? Like, the question's not clear to me. Like, what time frame? And who are we talking about?
When, because in the video it's clear that
Hold on, go back to your question. I didn't mean for you to not ask it. I just want to make sure I understand specifically who you're asking this witness about statements that were made.
I'm asking about who she said was the individual driving the vehicle.
She said you. You are the individual. Brooks is the individual driving the vehicle.
It's different than what you just asked. So if
Well,
you want to change and
because
go to
you
that,
just
that's fine.
you just clarified it a little bit. So, what exactly did you hear coming from the individual who was driving the vehicle?
I'm sorry, can we just clarify at what point we're talking about?
Exactly.
At the point that I guess I would refer back to the video at that point that we saw on the video.
So what point of the video?
Yeah,
There's lots of points.
we
It's
saw
many
a lot
minutes
of the
long.
video.
Roughly, I'm not sure, I think it was
Can you describe what part of the video you want?
the part of the video when that she testified to where she said she had the green gloves and
So
she was
in the beginning of the video?
no, it was like towards the middle. She was standing in the street and she said she had the green gloves because I think somebody asked her which one was she,
Right.
and she
I
said
remember
the
that.
one with the green gloves.
I remember that.
At that point, did you observe anything being said out of said vehicle? Did you hear anything being yelled or screamed or anything like that at that point?
Well, before I showed up, I heard yelling.
You heard yelling before you showed up.
Yeah, because like before I showed up into the video.
Yeah.
So how far were you down the street that you were able to hear what was being said?
Objection.
Not.
That calls for a fact, not an evidence. She didn't say what she heard. She didn't say she could understand what was said.
She can answer the question. I'm going to overrule it. I understand what the state is saying, but I think he's trying to establish where she was at that point in time. So go ahead and answer.
No, okay. I was right where you pulled up the second time.
Are you sure you know what I was asking?
Well, you are the one that's supposed to make sure that she knows. Because you make all these vague questions and confusing timelines.
It was not entirely clear to maybe all of us, but I was trying to give you some leeway. So
I knew you understood where I was going with that. Were you at a, let me say it like this, were you at a distance before you came into that video? Like approximately how far away were you from the vehicle and from Erica? Before you heard anything being yelled or screamed, as you say.
I was at a distance.
So would it be fair to say that it would be hard to hear the conversation that was being had?
Not really. Brooks was yelling pretty loud.
So you were able to hear the gist of the conversation from the distance that you were at?
Yes.
Even with a parade going on and a street full of people, you were able to hear from a distance, which you just said you were at a distance, you were able to hear the gist of the conversation.
The parade was nowhere close.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. If you look at the video, the street is alone. There's no parade near. There's no street full of people. It's just a school and an empty street.
answer the question. Were you able to hear?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
You were able to hear, even testifying that you were drinking vodka.
Yes.
Yeah. Drinking doesn't make you
What
deaf.
else did you hear?
what point and by whom?
At the same point, what did you hear from Erica at that point?
I don't remember.
But you remember hearing something from the driver of the vehicle who was inside of the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you don't remember what you heard from Erica, who was outside of the car and would be more easier to hear.
Okay. Thank you for being specific at that. I
You're welcome.
remember Erica sitting there telling me that she wanted to go.
So she was telling you that from you being at a distance.
No, she was right next to me. That was when she was walking towards. She said, "Come on, let's go."
At what point was that? Because you just testified that you were at a distance.
The thing is that this whole line of questioning is confusing. I will think that it's better for Brooks to just play the video and be like at this point, and then at this point, and then at this point, other than just trying to make her confused and just say whatever.
Objection, argumentative. I'm also going to object to the manner in which this defendant is asking this witness these questions. He's intentionally misleading her. He's trying to confuse her.
Thank you.
Mr. Brooks, the purpose of cross-examination is to ask questions that are relevant, test her credibility, other things like that. It gets to be a little confusing, at times maybe a little argumentative. I don't have all the reports in front of me, so I can't say whether it's misleading or not. But ask a direct question. You're able to ask leading questions so that she can answer directly. Be as specific as you can, time, place, circumstances.
Second time that she has told him that he can ask leading questions.
It's helpful for all.
I mean, the video is very clear that
it doesn't matter what you saw at the video. That's for the jury to decide.
But you can't testify right now, right? You can't make an argument about the video. So your opinion about it right now, that's not appropriate.
I want to
Keep going. For the record, the objection was sustained.
You made a reference to being a reference to chesting up with the driver of the vehicle. What was said at that point between you and who you were chesting up with?
Well, I'm not gonna go back to that, but I was sitting there saying that you shouldn't be hitting a woman. No, Brooks should not be hitting a woman, and Brooks was saying that Erica Patterson is not a woman.
And I totally see him say that. I can picture him saying that.
Are you sure that's what you heard? At that moment when you were chesting up, in your words?
Yes.
You're sure that's what you heard?
Yes.
Objection, ask and answer.
What then happened from that point?
Then we started brawling it out. Oh, me and Brooks started brawling it out.
What do you mean by brawling it out?
Threw a couple punches. I threw a punch. Brooks smacked me.
So did you put that in the report that you made, or the summary of the report that you gave to, I think it was Attorney Wichau said, a detective?
Objection, there's no evidence. This witness prepared a report or a summary.
Thank you.
Did you report that in your report?
Not her report.
It's something that's in my memory, but I hope I did.
Stop touching the face If you touch the face mask, it defeats the whole purpose of having it on your face.
Would it be fair to say that if you had just brawled with someone and talked to a detective that you would report it? Would that be fair to say?
Can you say that again?
Would it be fair to say that if you had just had a brawl with someone and you talked to police directly after the brawl that you would report it? Would that be fair to say?
Okay. I know you're asking a question, but
hold on. You need to ask. You do need to ask.
Okay.
You do need to answer his question. It called for a yes or no answer.
Okay, it's not in the report. I specifically said.
Hold on, that's not a question, though. Okay,
sorry.
so that's okay. Ask your next question.
Would it be fair to say by the video footage that there was no brawl or punches thrown by either party? Would that be fair to say?
No.
There was.
Can we show the witness the video again?
Are you asking her whether the video shows a brawl?
Would it be fair to say that the video shows a brawl in which you just said that punches were thrown? That'd be fair to say.
Okay, so what's a brawl to you?
You can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know.
Okay,
I think
well.
hold on, Mr. Brooks, are you trying to ask whether are you going to confirm with her that she saw the video, and then on that video, you cannot see a brawl between her and Mr. Brooks? Is that what you're trying to get at?
A version of that, yes, but
You got to ask the questions though to get to that.
Can the video be shown to her again?
Ask your questions, sir.
In the video that you saw, would it be fair to say that a brawl was not depicted on that video? Would that be fair to say?
No.
I don't know big words. What's depicted?
Can you see it in the video? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Yes, I could see it.
You could see the brawl?
Yeah, I say it's a brawl. It's just it's just like a push, looks like a push, but it was a smack. And I got up and, yeah.
You got up, so you
I got up and swung.
You were knocked to the ground?
No.
So where did you get up from?
From being pushed and smacked.
So you fell to the ground?
No.
I didn't fall to the ground.
Sustained. Next question, sir.
At this point, I just want to point out that Zach, look at this body language. He's so done with Brooks. Like, he's like, this is just nonsense. This is going nowhere. He's proving nothing. I just want to go home. And also, the definition is different for certain people. Like, for her, a brawl is what happened. For Brooks, you need to be hit in the face and be thrown to the ground to do all the stuff that she's thinking. But it's different for each individual.
So would it be fair to say that in the video it shows you being knocked to the ground?
No.
I was not knocked to the ground. I staggered back.
Would it be... I got kind of thrown off for a second.
You and me both. People need to make sure their phones and other electronics are not audible.
Would it be fair to say that the video does not show you being knocked to the ground at any point?
Yes.
Would that be a fair assessment?
So I'll object to relevance because the witness never testified that she was knocked to the ground. So this is not a question aimed at her credibility.
She just said she got knocked to the ground.
No.
She did not.
She
She said she got up. I'm sorry. She said she got up, which would constitute being If you're not knocked to the ground or down,
war
you can't
words
get up.
here, Mr. Brooks.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, she was clear. I think she clarified what it meant by getting up, and it might mean something different to you than it does to her. But we need to keep going.
So what, can I ask what?
And you notice the gaslighting that he just did there? Like he was trying to convince everyone that she said that she was thrown to the ground. Like he tried to do that, but no one's buying it. Brooks cannot do that in front of 50 people.
What is getting up? What does getting up mean to you?
Stagger back.
So it would be fair to ask you then, does the video show you staggering back?
It does.
Does it show you being, as you called it, smacked?
It does.
Can we show her the video again?
Go ahead. Play the video. You want it to the jury or to her?
To her.
All
I would
right.
ask that we publish it.
I think it's an exhibit, sir, and let's publish it. Okay.
Your Honor, would it be too much to ask if we went straight to that part of the video?
I don't know what part it is. I don't have the timestamp.
I'm guessing this might be it right here.
It's coming up.
Let's just watch, and then we'll ask questions. You'll ask questions when we're done watching.
So we're playing from 3 minutes and 9 seconds on Exhibit 3.
They are. Testing up. He pushes. Throws. Ah, there it is. There it is. Plain as day. Everything that she said is right there on video, which I had to zoom in so you guys could see it better, but it's right there in the video. So, what up with that, Brooke? What up?
You can stop. That's
All right. What's the time for the stopping of the video, please?
3 minutes and 47 seconds.
All right. Your question for her then, based on that?
My question would be, you just viewed the video again. That'd be fair to say.
I did.
At any time in that video, were you in fact smacked and staggered back?
Yes.
Can I tell the exact time?
If you know, yes, go ahead.
At 3:23.
Can we see 323?
Yes, we just saw it right bright as day. Right? Am I crazy? I just saw it.
We'll start it a little bit before, so make sure to capture it. You should be able to see the time.
24.
Okay.
It was before that.
About 3:19 and 3:27.
Thank you. Your question regarding the video, sir?
My question again would be the same question. You just saw it again.
Yeah.
In the portion of the video you just saw, would it be fair to say, on your part, your interpretation, that you were in fact smacked and staggered back?
Yes.
Yes.
Next question.
Are you sure you weren't over exaggerating that?
No.
No.
It looked like a push.
Objection argumentative.
That's the
Sustained.
fine.
Would you say again what happened directly after that?
You drove off.
Directly after the smack,
Directly after what you say is a smack?
staggered back.
No, directly after that whole incident.
I call it get up, but I came back and swung.
No, after that.
Would it be fair to say that the video doesn't show any of that you just said? Would that be fair?
No. It shows it. We just saw it.
It shows it somewhere.
So would it be fair that you're saying your interpretation of what you just saw would constitute a brawl, as you say, or brawling it out, as you say?
Hold on, Mr. Brooks. I've given you a lot of leeway on this topic. What's the relevance of all of this at this point? I think you made your point about what happened and what didn't, and what's in the video and what's not, and the jury can ultimately decide that. You can argue it later on to the jury.
I'm sorry, I thought this state
Where are we going?
Supposed to object to that. If they saw an objection, I'm a little confused about that.
I need the questioning to kind of circle back to what's relevant for the trial.
Well, I thought it was relevant because of what the video is actually depicting.
And that video is going to speak for itself. It's been an exhibit.
Yes, it does.
And so you've asked a lot of questions about it. So let's move on. Under 906.11, that's my authority. I'm telling you to move forward. Next line of questioning.
Did you hear anything after the, as you say, brawling out? Did you hear anything coming from the vehicle? Was anything said to you directly coming from the vehicle at that point?
Do you understand the question?
No.
Would it be after you leave? Oh wait, Brooks leaves? Or when
I was
Brooks gets
clearing
in?
what I just asked after the brawling it out.
But you asked directed at her, and then you said anything from the vehicle. So that's a compound question. So you need to be specific.
Did you hear anything after the brawling it out, as you say? Did you hear anything directed towards you?
When?
Directed towards me? No.
Did you hear anything directed towards Nick?
I remember something being said.
Do you recall what was said?
I do not.
Did you hear anything directed towards Erica?
Yes.
What did you hear directed towards Erica?
At what time?
Right after the brawling it out, as you say. Did you hear anything directed specifically towards Erica?
Not till he left. No, not till Brooks left.
Would you say that again?
Not till Brooks left.
So, did you or did you not hear anything directed towards Erica after the brawling it out, as you say?
Oh, okay, no.
So, can we pull that statement up again?
Go ahead.
Please.
The state would.
Please. Is
Do that
it too
once
hard
again.
to say please?
Just to the preview.
I'm reading directly from this statement where it says,
Mr. Brooks, it may or may not be a statement, so you need to be accurate. I know you're referring to
the
a
summary,
police report.
the summary of the statement. I'm reading directly from the summary of the statement where it says, Runkle stated that after a short dispute between her, Kirby, and Brooks.
Look, she asked her if she mentioned the brawling it out, and there it is.
She saw Brooks get back into the red SUV and heard him saying something to the effect of F you effing bees, you're dead, as he was leaving.
Yeah.
So I'll object on 2 grounds. 1, asked and answered, and 2, this could confuse the witness because it's not. She used the F and the B.
Sustained.
It was something on the back end of that I didn't get to.
Get to it.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, sir, but
was-
you've already asked that question before, so the objection is sustained.
I actually don't recall asking a question directly to that part of the summary?
I do. You read through that previously.
Do you remember what the question was so that I don't re-ask the same question?
Move on.
Mr. Brooks, move on.
Did you ever hear something to the effect of F you effing bees, you're dead?
I did.
Yes.
At what point did you hear that?
Oh my God. This has been like sixth time that he's been asking that. And this is the thing that he needs to do, is prepare before any witness is brought up. Write your questions. That way you don't have to ask them again and again and again.
While Brooks was leaving?
So that would it be fair to say that you heard that after the brawling
Yes.
it out?
You shook your head. Can you say
Yes.
Thank you.
That's a little confusing. So
Mr. Brooks, that's not a question. You're attempting to
I'm
testify.
about to ask a question.
You
If I
can't
can
do
get
that.
to it,
Ask your question. But you also can't mischaracterize the testimony or the evidence up to this point.
what do you mean?
In your questions, you can't mischaracterize prior testimony or evidence. You have to be accurate. So
I'm trying to be, but it's
what's your next question, sir?
kind of hard. Just a quick second.
Let me read it again.
Unless you have a different topic.
It is.
Anything related to this, what's in the summary, the questions regarding what she heard or didn't hear around this time, we've gone through that. You've gone through it. Under 906.11, you need to move on and ask a new line of questions.
I was trying to, if I can get to it.
Go ahead.
This part of the summary that I'm looking at now says Runkle stated that she did see pictures of Brooks following the Christmas parade incident via social media, and Runkle confirmed that was Brooks was the, well, I don't know, it looks kind of, I don't know if that's a mark on my screen that's going through, okay. I couldn't read it.
I'll object. I don't think there was a question there.
Right.
I didn't get to it yet.
Then ask it.
Well, then I'll object to the ongoing commentary with lack of any questioning.
And I'll sustain that objection.
Zach is just checking Facebook right now. Like, he's on Instagram right now. He's like, I don't even need to be here for this. I can do it at home, and I'll be doing the same.
Oh, I do have a question.
Wow.
You said that you had known Erica roughly since you were rooming up at the women's shelter. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Do you have any idea why she would refer to you as Corey Gray?
Because I go by that.
So how close would you say you guys were?
Close.
Close, like hung out all the time, every day?
Yes.
They were roommates. That's every day, bro.
Hung out every day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And do you know of any time before November the 21st of 2021? Do you know of any time before that Erica mentioned to you anything about the relationship that she had with Brooks?
Again, she's trying to get November 20th back in.
Outside of what you learned that day.
Can you say that again?
at any time before November 21st of 2021, did Erica ever confide any information to you before that day?
She did.
What was the nature of the information?
No.
It's not allowed to be brought up.
Yeah. You're opening the door.
I think she's referring to a pretrial ruling that she's aware of.
Yep.
So, you want to rethink asking that question, sir? Otherwise, I'm going to allow her to answer it.
What pretrial?
I'm not going to state.
No,
that
I'm
right
not.
now.
Are we both privy to the same pretrial procedure?
There was a pretrial ruling about.
Zach had to mute the mic, but I'm pretty sure he was like, "You're opening the door again. Stop it. You're going to incriminate yourself in things that you're not supposed to. Move on."
Do you want her to answer that question, or do you want to move on?
I want to move on.
All right, I'll strike that question from the record. The jury will disregard the question that was asked.
So I would want to ask, was there any, during the brawling out point, was there any interaction between the driver of the vehicle and Nick?
There was.
Do you remember what the nature of that interaction or exchange was between those two?
I don't know. I just remember jumping in front.
Do you recall any threats being made towards Nick or from Nick towards the driver of the vehicle?
Oh, I do.
Relevance.
Yeah, who cares?
Overruled. She may answer.
I do.
Do you remember what was said specifically?
Hearsay? Oh, no. They wouldn't be hearsay because she heard it. Sorry.
Not specifically, but I remember Brooks getting mad because Nick was coming to Erica's rescue. Right along with Corey. Me.
Do you recall any knife being involved in any of that situation
No
during that
knife.
exchange whatsoever?
No knife.
Were you aware that that was why police was responding to that incident?
I did not.
Did you at any time have a knife during that incident?
I did not.
Do you know if Nick had a knife during that incident?
He did not.
Do you know if Erica had a knife Do you know if Erica had a knife during that incident?
She did not.
So this whole questioning about the knife is because Nicholas Kirby amplified the situation by saying that there was a knife involved. But they just did it so someone came faster to the scene. And he's trying to say that because there was no knife, that the situation didn't happen, apparently, or something. I think that's what he's thinking right now.
As far as your memory, do you recall reporting that a knife was involved in that incident?
I do not.
Do you recall if Nick reported a knife being involved in that incident?
It's possible.
Do you recall Erica reporting that a knife was involved in that incident?
I do not.
You done? Out of questions?
You testified to drinking a half pint of vodka that day. Was that the only thing you had to drink that day?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that you were tipsy?
Yes.
Would it be fair to say that you may even have been intoxicated?
No.
For any reason, that day, acknowledging that you were drinking, would that have impaired your thinking of the situation in any way?
No.
So would it be fair to say that you were of clear and sober mind during that whole incident after drinking a half pint of vodka?
Yes.
So there, to the best of your memory, there wouldn't be any reason why you may have left something out or maybe not been clear about anything that happened during that specific incident.
Possibly left some things out.
Do you remember what they might have been?
No.
Do you know the plaintiff?
Here we go.
For previous reasons.
Sustained.
Have you ever seen the plaintiff?
Objection.
Sustained.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff?
Objection.
Sustained.
And no further questions, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let me redirect.
Very, very briefly, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Ms. Runkle, you met with Detective David Van Els to provide a statement on November 22nd of 2021. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That's accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Van Els, when he was asking you about this incident, that when you arrived you heard Darrell Brooks telling Erica Patterson that he was going to, quote, smash her face in and that he was going to kill her, end quote?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Van Els that as you saw Brooks get back into the red SUV, you heard him say something to the effect of, quote, fuck you, fucking bitches, you're dead, end quote?
I do.
Okay. During your cross-examination, you repeatedly referred to a person as Brooks. The person depicted in the video, Exhibit 3, the person that you chested up to, is that person in the courtroom?
He is.
Can you point him out for us and just very clearly tell us where he's sitting, what he's wearing?
You want me to point?
Yes, please.
All right, he's right there and he's wearing orange.
I'd ask the record to reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
It will.
And I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. You may step down.
He looks so weird without the mask. And so far we are at 26 objections so far, but this is just day one. Believe me, they ramp up. They're gonna ramp up after this day. And I caught a lot of silence, a lot of getting the jury in, getting the jury
Mr.
out.
Brooks, I want to commend you for a couple of things. Number one, asking him to come back into the courtroom. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. I think it runs much smoother when you are here, assuming you follow all the rules, which you have done a very good job at this afternoon. I also want to commend you on cooperating with the process even before you were brought over here. You were respectful, but you also made appropriate objections. You asked questions on cross-examination. Despite not wanting to unmask at first, you did do that, and I appreciate that. You asked some cogent, relevant questions, some of which went directly to the credibility of the witness. I would add, you might not always artfully ask the questions, but I think you're making some solid points. I would encourage you to keep prepping, to have questions written out based on the materials that you have. I really appreciate that you came back over and that you've been following the rules. I also want to encourage you, sir, to, if you choose, to wear your suit or other street clothes. It is your choice. I will let you make that choice. But I encourage you to consider that. I don't think there's anything we need to address other than perhaps timing. We went a little bit late here tonight, so I think I'm going to have the jurors report. I tell them we're going to bring them into the courtroom at 9. That usually means a little bit earlier with their protocol. We'll still start at 8:30 to address any housekeeping items at that point in time. Is there anything the state wants to address right now, or any record you want to make?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Brooks, anything you want to address right now, or any record you want to make?
No, just thank you for giving me a chance to come back in, and I appreciate what you said.
It works well when you're here, sir. I hope we
Just
continue
say
this.
something very, very quick.
Before he says that, I just want to say that everything that the judge just said, complimenting him about all that stuff, is just so it is on the record, and he cannot say after that he didn't know what he was doing. Like, she's just keep putting it on the record that he's comprehending, he's intelligent, that he knows what he's doing, basically.
I was waiting for my COVID results to come back before I feel comfortable getting back dressed up. So I kind of just prefer to just stay in the orange right now.
All right, that's your choice.
Nice.
They said I should be having the results hopefully by the time I get back. I might know some. If not, I'll know some tomorrow morning. So that would be a big influence on.
Okay, fair enough. The other thing is I had not been utilizing an all rise. Sometimes you stand, sometimes you don't. It is something I'd like to go back to, especially as it relates to the jurors. It's out of respect for them. So I will be doing an all rise for when the jurors enter and exit. And just given some of our logistics, I am not looking for an all rise for when I enter at all. So my bailiffs are aware of that. But that's it for today. Good night, everyone. We'll see everyone at 8:30 tomorrow morning.
All right, then I'll see you guys on the next video. Again, I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I'm gonna work on getting those out, and also go back to other video series that I have that I neglected a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and remember that you're great. I'm so happy that you guys are here, and to be honest, I'm happy that I'm here. Have a wonderful day. See you later.